Welcome back to Real Sports Talk. We're going to stay on the NBA. We're going to talk briefly about the NBA deciding to move the 2017 All-Star Game that was supposed to be in Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as far as I'm aware, they haven't picked a city to replace Charlotte. There's people putting in bids, Atlanta, Boston. Cities putting in bids to host the games. But they moved the game because of concerns about the law, their displeasure with the law, with a couple of social laws affecting lesbian and transsexual community and whatnot, and their displeasure with that. They showed that by moving the game, and that's been very disruptive. And it's really, I have not seen a major sports team move an All-Star game or a bowl or a big event based upon a bill being passed in the state. It's been a while. I don't think I know of such a thing. Just what y'all think about that?
I don't think there's ever been in this day and age. I don't think we've ever been put in a situation of this magnitude recently. But that's just the shape of where the country is. The country's a little like we've always discussed off camera. We feel like the country's a little more center left now. It's a little more liberal. It's not quite on the conservative side. It's just moved over just a little bit. So I think with this, man, I feel bad for Charlotte fans. This has been great for Charlotte, a growing city in the South, and it's a beautiful city. And I feel like these fans do deserve to have that All-Star game there. But these guys in North Carolina, well, let's just be honest, they don't care. It's just a bunch of people with their views. They want to impose that upon citizens, even though this is 2016. It's not 1916. This is a different day and age. You can't pass these type of laws knowing that the way the world is moving in that direction. And I think the NBA taking that stance, I'm a little mixed about it. I don't know if it's a good or bad thing. I would like for it to be a good thing, but that means we're asking the NBA to be more focused on society, and maybe they're just doing it from the focus of the fans. They want all their fans to show up to their games, and maybe that includes the transsexual and the LGBT community.
Well, the move definitely shows the presence in the state that we're in currently for the year. Presidential election. But the fact that the NBA took a stance on this is profound, in my opinion.
Very profound.
Because
this doesn't happen.
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
I don't know.
And these particular moves, they plan these All-Star games for NBA and NHL. They plan these things years in advance. For Super Bowls, we're talking about multiple years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for them to just up and haul and move, and what we talking about, like not a little over 6 months or so, possibly. Like that's tremendous. Like these cities are not prepared. Atlanta's doing renovations. They're not. It's ridiculous.
Advertisements and all that stuff. All that stuff's got to be completely changed.
And February is a big month for that city too.
Who bought hotels, things that are planned to get built.
Yeah. It's not a lot of
all of this is getting just overhauled.
Not a lot of big attraction things that's going on in Charlotte as of now. And like Jay said, it's a wonderful city. I mean, they got the CIAA around that time. That's like the biggest thing that happens in Charlotte. So they would have went back to back with the All-Star game and CIAA. They got to be taking a major L on money on that. And they probably dared the NBA to leave.
Of $100 million.
Yeah, they probably dared the NBA to leave, and the NBA like, I'll show you. So that's crazy, man. It's a big deal.
Yeah. Wow. And just seeing a major sport becomes this socially active and make this sort of stance is. It took me aback. I was surprised because usually sports franchises in major sports, they try to stay out of the fray, stay separate from societal issues and whatnot. And honestly, they're oftentimes an escape from dealing with these issues that we deal with in the political world.
Right.
So for the NBA to take this stance is bold, if I may say. Very bold. Real quickly before we go into break, just quick thoughts on KD going to Golden State. It was a real shocker to many people, and just want to get you. I know Jay was very passionate. DUS, just real quickly, just what you thought of the move.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the move. I don't know if it was necessarily Westbrook's fault or, I mean, can he just get back to getting to the rings? I mean, they get so pansy acting. They wouldn't pass the ball and they don't rotate the ball enough to me as far as KD words is concerned. And, he holds the ball too much. He may dribble out the air in the ball or whatever. I don't know. I didn't like the move personally. I thought KD should have stayed. I think the roster is better currently, which we've all talked about several times.
After Orlando.
After they robbed
Orlando.
They robbed Orlando. The roster is currently better. And I just don't. I'm not going to Golden State. I'm not going to play with Draymond. Forget him. So whatever.
No, I don't. I just really, as you guys can tell, I'm definitely against the move. I just didn't think, just from like I said, my standpoint of why we like champions and watching the finals run. I like seeing guys go out there and gut out a win, especially after seeing LeBron bring a championship to Cleveland. I like seeing stuff like that. So to see somebody go to possibly one of the best backcourts in the NBA just to go get himself a ring when he has a team that's pretty much right there, and they almost won. It's not like they were not in discussion; they almost was there. It's just deflating.
To play devil's advocate, if I may, is there something to the notion of this move being something to spur growth in Kevin Durant, or to get him out of his comfort zone, or et cetera, et cetera?
I mean, I guess you could look at it that way.
I mean, of course it is. I mean, it's a shift because he was in OKC for almost a decade, and now he's going to the West Coast. He's going to be under more scrutiny. He's going to be different. He's going to be living somewhere different.
Yeah,
I don't like the move, but I just try to put both sides on it.
That's true. But I think it could have been even bigger for him winning in OKC.
Absolutely,
That's just where I'm at.
absolutely, no question about that. Well, we'll put a pin on the NBA here. We'll come back. We'll talk a little NFL. It's still hot outside, but training game's about to start.
Yep.
See you later.